Great.
Just don't date.
Don't date.
All right, say less.
I would say, sorry.
Sorry. Halt.
Sorry.
This video is sponsored by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform to help you build your brand or business online. But more on that later.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another break room.
Hello.
We thought we would talk about some fun relationship questions in the context of like friendships.
Really fun ones.
Spicy.
What do you guys do when you don't like your friend's partner?
Such a fun relationship question.
So fun. You know, they're an acquaintance or they're close enough to be like, you'll text them here and there. And then one version where it's your best friend.
Oh,
Okay.
What would
best
you do?
friend. Also, it depends, on the severity of like if he's like a dick, then they're a dick. Okay,
Their partner was a
the
dick.
partner was a dick, and that person's like my best friend. I think I would say my opinion, but I wouldn't be explicit with it though. I'll just kind of be like, I don't really like this or that, but up to you though. Kind of like that, because it's like I feel like I have enough trust in my best friend that they wouldn't take it poorly. They know that I never would say anything unless I feel very strongly about it. But yeah, that's why I would say it to a best friend. But for an acquaintance, I feel like, why would I say anything? Well, I think I just wouldn't be friends really with that partner.
Gotcha.
Or I would just be civil, but not like buddies.
Would you only tell your best friend if she asked though? Or would you tell it like, just like out of the blue?
God.
Hey, I don't like your partner.
If she asked, then yes, I would say. But I think the only reason why I would bring it up to them out of the blue is if they're doing some like a big red flag.
Gotcha.
That's like in danger to my friend, or just causing a lot of problems to people. But if it's just like certain annoyances and stuff, then I won't bring it up out of the blue. But again, it has to be like really big for me. If there's like certain behavior that I don't really agree with, that I see them doing to my best friend, then I will tell her or them.
Tell them.
Sorry.
How about you, Wes?
I don't really care that much. Like, it's their relationship. But if it's something that they didn't see that is revealing, then I think maybe with enough of that happening, I think it's worth letting the friend know. And if it's against me, I think I can take it. I just don't need to interact with that person. Yeah, I don't get involved that much.
With like any friends, like partners, or like just like being close with them?
It would take a lot. Like, you'd have to do something against someone intentionally.
It'd be really bad.
Yeah.
For me to like just say it out of the blue.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, usually it's like a first impression, or like you're not doing something that really shows their character in a way that's like very threatening. So it's very situational.
But if they would ask you like, so yeah, would you
Like if
not the first meeting, but
like if Austin asked you, what do you think of my partner?
I would weigh out how much they're into them, because I can't think of some like examples now where I didn't get the best first impression, but also I'm not dating them. If there's more joy coming from them being with this person, like who am I to be like, oh, but they cut me off when we were walking across the street.
okay, yeah, I wouldn't like say it for those that kind of thing.
If it was like, oh, but they didn't talk to me like the whole night. I mean, there's so many reasons for that too.
But if you see them like being mean or being like a dick to like other people,
Yeah. What if they just gave like really bad vibes?
No, I don't go off vibes.
yeah, no. I feel like if you're gonna like say something, there
better have
needs to
facts.
be like a hard, concrete evidence.
Man, I really I don't have a good feeling about them.
Yeah,
just the vibe is off.
The vibes are off.
Although I think if I pulled the vibe card, I think people might believe me.
Because I feel like you won't say it unless it's serious.
Yeah. A lot of us, it's kind of like also situational.
Yeah, but that's not a fun answer.
I know.
We're all in agreement.
If you wrong the friend, then you're in trouble. I'd say that. If talking to the partner, don't do anything to harm the relationship that you're in.
But I feel like if they also harmed me, I would say, because that shows who they are as a person outside of that relationship.
That would take some more investigating for me. Like, I'd want to find out what's going on between me, like what's like, is it jealousy? Is it insecurity? Is it bad day? Because it could be so many things. Just don't date.
Great advice. Don't date.
All right, say less.
Hey, let me cook by myself.
What would you guys do if you were on like the opposite end? What if your friends didn't like your partner? What if they're like, you ask them like, hey, like, what do you think of them? And they're like,
Loaded.
"Ooh." And then you've been single for a very long time.
I think that would still greatly affect how I see it.
Yeah.
Though.
But would you like be like
Break up with that person?
break up, or
I wouldn't in the moment be like, all right, they tell me today, and then I'll
Bye.
all right, we're done. You know,
Yeah.
I would definitely keep that in mind for a while. Then I think that would affect the way that I would see them, or my partner though. I would never get mad at my friends telling me that though. But again, you have to be some level of close to me though. You can't just be like someone that I barely see and they're like, yeah, I don't like your boyfriend. I'm like, who are you? But if it was like my close friends, I trust 100% that they have like my best interest, and you know that they've seen kind of like what I've gone through in that department, so they don't want me to like repeat those mistakes and then, you know, trauma. But yeah, but I think it would definitely affect the way that I see him. I want a relationship where my boyfriend and my friends could get along and like we hang out together and stuff like that, that he can be at like certain functions that I'm in. I don't want to have to like worry about that also, because I've been in that situation. Sorry. So, and it's like not a good feeling, and I very much value like the friendships and connections that I have. So I ain't putting them over a man. Okay.
how about you?
I think I realized like things are really simple when you're me. It takes a lot to not like someone, I think, for me.
I'm talking about your friends not liking.
Well, so I was thinking about that. The dynamic is already very interesting because you have a group against one, right? There's some kind of a discrepancy between what they see, what I see, and what the partner is doing or seeing. And it ultimately comes down to trust. And it's like a history of friendship versus like a romantic thing.
Yeah.
I would think that whatever the friends, like the more than one opinion, if it's like in agreement of this one attribute or action, should be acknowledged. But ultimately, yeah, like what is the thing that they don't like? What did they do? What was the crime? Because I think the crime is will decide if it's brought up or if it's even worth continuing the conversation. And that's also not a fun answer. See?
I mean, it depends.
All right.
It depends. So you're saying that you're okay with your friends not liking
your partner?
Your partner.
No.
Okay.
If it's like a belief or if it's the way they treat someone, then I feel like I would see that. I would.
No, sometimes you wouldn't
sometimes
see
I
how.
Blinded by love.
Oh yeah. You have rose-colored glasses on sometimes with all the red flags around you.
Here's a good example, because this happens with regular friends where I'll have people that I know aren't on good terms, but like they've been nothing but nice to me. So how do I treat them, right? It's just like at a distance, I think. Knowing that there's this like difference of opinion, it just makes me feel like, okay, whatever I think I know, there might be another side to this that I'm not seeing. So keep that in mind and act accordingly.
So basically, you'll just take it with a grain of salt when like your friends would say, but it's dependent on the crime.
Of course.
But I guess it's just like if they tell you, just kind of like, well, that's your opinion.
I would say, thanks for letting me know. I know that it's actually like...
I'll circle back.
No, it takes a lot of courage to have to tell someone that is your friend, you know, something that might not be seen well. So I would say thanks and like appreciate it.
Would you keep it in mind though, or no?
I would try to like find out for myself.
Okay.
Without doing the testing kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to play any games.
Yeah, no
but
test. Or for me, it's like no test or just either just straight up talking about it.
Communication.
Not saying like, oh yeah, Jessica said she didn't like the way you talk to that server.
Exactly.
You know, but like bring it up in a natural discussion. So how would you react though? Would that
I know how
affect
boring,
anything?
but it's like, yes, like similarly, it's like, it's also a situationship.
The same vibe.
Why don't
I guess it's like, what other thing could you do? I'll be like,
Well,
yeah,
some people
I'll break
get
up
mad at the friends.
but that comes from somewhere.
That's
Yeah.
true. Because some people like don't like that they would think that your friends are out to get you kind of thing.
yeah.
Like I could see like, oh, if they're constantly bringing up, I could just find it like, oh, I'm not even asking or telling me this stuff.
Oh, but if
But-
they said that they don't like your partner, right? So does that mean like you won't hang out with your friend group anymore with your partner?
I think I would still try.
Would you like try to separate them?
No, I feel like I would still at least try like a few more times to see if like maybe it was like just a bad first impression or something, or like finding something that, because I think as a partner you would have to find ways to make them connect, whether it's like through similar interests or activities and stuff like that.
If my friend group didn't like my partner, I would keep them separate until I kind of get more clarity. Because they're straight up telling me that they don't enjoy that experience,
And
that
then it's like
interaction.
on you also, right? You're like thinking about it.
Yeah. It's like nothing's gonna make it better until I figure out more, get more information, and figure out what's going on, right? Because the friends are saying like we don't like them, then it's like okay, then we probably shouldn't hang out then.
The sponsor of today's video is Squarespace. We love Squarespace and have been using their platform to build our brand and business online for years. You can start a completely personalized website with their new guided design system, Squarespace Blueprint AI. Choose from professionally curated layouts and styling options to build an online presence tailored to you. Then you can get discovered easily with the help of their optimized SEO tools. Another great feature is the ability to create video collections. We can take videos from our different platforms and organize them together in one beautiful video page. You can also sell exclusive content on your site by adding a paywall to sell memberships, courses, or files for your customers to download, like ebooks or music. Head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/wongfu to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Now let's get back to the video.
Here's a hypothetical. This is something that I've been debating about with my friends, right? So, for example, you're on a trip, right, with your guy friends,
With
and
the
then-
boys.
with the boys, and then you have a friend that has a girlfriend, right? Or actually, let's be more specific. Like hypothetically, they're engaged, and you know his fiance.
Okay.
So you're out on a trip, and then you see he's with another girl, and like they're obviously like being intimate with
Okay.
each other.
Yep.
So are you going to stop him, pull him out in the moment, be like, hey, like cut that shit out, or B, not say anything until the next day?
And C, would you tell the partner?
Oh yeah, would you tell the fiance about it? Because you guys are friends.
What am I seeing?
It's like they're like kissing together.
Yeah,
Like grinding on each other and
like
making
intimate,
out.
obviously, that
Yeah.
you wouldn't do with another.
I would find a reason to get his attention.
Okay.
Basically, I try to get understanding of what's going on.
What if there is like, I mean, it's kind of obvious what's happening.
Knowing me, I'd probably wait.
Until the next day.
Not necessarily the next day, but it's almost like if you're gonna make that choice, it's not my job to
Yeah.
save you from a decision you made,
Okay. Okay.
right? I don't know.
Is it like guy code though?
No, but I don't think I'd be like pulling him away and like to the girl like no, like
See, if I was me, I was telling my friends this. Oh, if it was like a flip, right, where it's like, oh, I'm out with my girls, and then like, I said I would pull this bitch out. I'd be like, what the flip are you doing? I would berate her because I'm like, you're an idiot. I think I'll snitch on you also.
but that's added drama.
But it's like conscience also. Everyone is in on the scene of the crime.
Yeah.
So you pulling them out is like it's preventing it being worse.
Escalating.
But they were all in anyway.
So you want them to just continue to like go until
No,
it escalates
no,
to,
I
like,
mean-
and then you're like, well, see, it's like when like the parent would just say to the kid, "Here, touch the stove, see how hot it is." Oh, there. Okay, you see how hot it is now.
I'm admitting that part of it is me not wanting to be confrontational. And
That's fair.
basically, if someone else was initiating, I would make it harder for that person.
Wait, initiating?
Like if there was a girl that was like grinding on him or something, I would say, sorry.
Sorry. Halt.
No.
Sorry. No, I wouldn't do that either.
He would go up and
No.
stop
Let
it.
him cook.
Would you even have a talk with them?
I have asked someone like, hey, what are you doing? Like, do you know, like, is it worth it? Like, is this worth it? And I'm not there to decide for them or to remind them, but I guess out of respect for both parties and also like self-respect, like don't do that when we're all friends.
If you did pull a friend off out of that situation, would you still have her tell her partner?
Yes.
And if she said no?
That's crazy, girl. That's crazy. If you're so willing to have done that once in front of everybody, like what more you doing it like secretly or whatever, you know, or more than once.
Yeah.
And especially if you know my history in that, I think they should know that I wouldn't really be accepting of that.
I'm going to fall back on this. I'm going to say it's an in the moment thing. Like whatever I see, I will act
In the moment.
on what feels necessary. Because
That's
I think I don't want to say that I'll always just like wait it out and not step in because I don't think that's true.
Yeah, no, I know it's a tough situation though, but I think it's just more about like other people also, you know, you're like affecting other people's lives and like that person's like lying and if like, you don't say anything, I don't know.
It's a shitty situation.
It is a very shitty situation.
Don't put people in those situations.
Would you tell the partner though?
Is the marriage going through if I don't?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I know.
And like,
right?
what if he's so adamant that like, I'm not going to tell her? Would you tell her?
I then it's between them, I guess. Like I don't.
I know that is super tough though.
Yeah.
I can't. Not enough information. But I have literally lived through that very close. Like my life has been affected by that exact situation. So I kind of forgot, but it did.
Gosh, fictional hypothetical situations.
Like I don't want to cause the person more agony, but you might just be delaying it if you don't.
Yeah.
You know. So
Exactly.
Because if you don't say it and they get married, they have children, then this comes up later in life.
you know what? It's a lot of marriages.
That is true. Divorce is very high.
Sorry, like I did a follow-up question. This is something like my friends and I talked about too that I thought was interesting. Would you rather know that you got cheated on right before your wedding or know that you got cheated on like right before your wedding, but you found out like years down your marriage?
Like, am I in the dress or like a day before? Do I have any time to, or I can actually talk it through with them?
Shoot. Let's make it spicy. No time.
No time?
Yeah.
I'm right at the altar.
You're like, you know, at the day, like they separate you.
Yeah.
Like you just get a text from someone.
The ring
like,
bearer gives me a
She
note.
gets you like all the screenshots and the
Yeah.
receipts and whatever. Like, I don't think you should marry him. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, maybe not that exact example, but yeah. Austin is so
How big a
shook.
wedding is this?
Oh my
Just kidding.
gosh.
No, I would call it off.
This is
Oh,
the
you-
episode.
You would?
I feel like I would. I feel like
I know. That's what I was thinking also.
You
Because
would
like,
what?
you're
call
literally
it off.
at the altar, and then he had all this time to say something, and he said nothing.
True. I think I would also go with the.
I'll be a runaway bride.
I think I just
Yeah.
don't want to deal with the embarrassment because I'm sure
Yeah.
people know. Also,
Yeah.
I'm sure people know, and then like I'll just be like up there, you know, and everyone knows my business. Yeah, I think I would rather just cut it off before. But what if he's like they're like the love of your life, though?
Well, I mean,
obviously you're getting married. Yeah.
Yeah.
You never know. Maybe
I would hope so.
I would hope that there's many loves in different types of loves in my life.
True. Yeah, I would do it before. How about you?
The question is, when would I?
And
Yeah,
what
what
kind of
would you-
cheating is this? What kind of cheating? Are we
I-
talking
Like
about?
full emotional and physical.
Oh God! Yeah, of course.
I
Cut
think
it
the
off.
question was, would I rather?
When would you rather find out?
I would
The
rather.
deed was done already, but the difference is the realization of it.
I think if
It was
the
with your
deed
best
was
friend.
Oh my god, why is there so many layers?
if
Hypotheticals.
If it happened on the wedding day and then they stayed with me that whole time after, were they faithful then?
See,
To
I don't
my
know.
knowledge.
I don't know about that. I think I'm just more like, would you rather find out years down the line in the marriage or right before the marriage?
I think if we had a good marriage and then I found this out, then I would at least I'd have it'd make it a harder decision. But we'd have more to talk about. Like there's more in, I guess, objectively more in favor of like, well, maybe it was
like a mistake.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. You stuck with me, or like we made, like, how good is the marriage after that? Right.
Okay. So you're saying it's because it'll kind of like, it's like, it won't, the blow isn't that, it's like dulled out.
This is all speculation.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, like, no, that's interesting. Like, so, but that's what you're saying, right? It's kind of like, you would rather want it years down the line because, like, at least you'll have marriage.
Yeah,
and stuff.
I think the experiences and the memories gained after that moment would eventually, if they start meaning more than this regrettable, terrible mistake,
easier to forgive.
Yeah, or I mean, I have more sympathy for that, and like there's shared memories that I have, like shared experiences. So it's almost like I want to validate those. Like I want to validate the marriage. So to do that, it's kind of like believing that it was real and that was not real.
Interesting. Yeah, no, because I feel like this discussion I had, imagine if they're watching, but it's like very split decision between like what the women would say, you know, before the marriage, and then the men would be like, they would say that they would have the same reasoning as you too.
Oh, it's like a pattern.
Well, I don't know if it's like a gender thing, but it just so happened like with my personal experience talking about this.
A lot of my answers are the ones that create less misery for everyone.
But it's misery for yourself.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's the question.
He's like this.
Let me cook.
Moral of the story: don't put us in this situation. Thanks, please, or else you're responsible for our therapy. Spicy.
Yeah, great talk. Love to hear what you guys think in the comments below. What would you do in these situations? Okay, see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.